favor. Do you understand that now? Do you get that? Yes? Come on, let's go, guys. So, rule number one. Rule number one. Rule number one. Rule number one says subject and verb concord. Subject and verb concord. Rule number one. We want to talk about the subject and verb concord. Do you know why it's like this? Do you know why? Take it down. When the subject in a sentence is singular. When the subject in a sentence is singular, comma, the verb should also be what? Singular. So when the subject, are you getting me? In a sentence is singular, the verb in that sentence should also be what? Singular. This morning I was telling them to differentiate this for me. Pronounce them for me.
This and this.
How do you pronounce this? TH?
This.
No, this is the sound.
This.
This is the sound. Now, this is used for a what? When it is more than one. And this is used for when it is what? So you want to say this book, will you say this book? Because the books are much there. Not one, not two, not three, so you said this. This girl. But when you want to use it in the girls form now, you don't use these girls, you use those girls. Because it helps to modify your sentence. Are you following me? Is somebody catching me? Where is Grace? She's gone.
I think she's coming.
Are we together? Are we together? So I said the verb should also be singular. For example, let's take this down. Example. We say she, singular, right? She is the singular subject. Then I put that in bracket. Goes. Singular verb. Somebody will argue with me shortly. Singular verb. Goes. Singular verb. Not. Now look at the sentence before I go further. Do you want to debate it? Does it make any sense? This is your singular subject and this is your singular verb. You want to tell me she go? She go? Can you use the word she go? So, do you understand what I'm saying? Good one. Let's continue. We say she goes not. She goes not. She goes not. Now should we take another one? I want to take this one. Now, the simple thing here in this kind of a game again, when the subject is plural, what happens to the verb? What happens, when the subject is plural, what happens to the verb? Plural. Thank you. Now you understand how they work now. If the subject chop 2 hand of a bar, the verb to chop 2 hand of a bar. No cheat. Always balancing the equilibrium, that helps your sentence, your tenses to be clean. Are we together? Are we together? Favor, you follow. Rule number 2. Rule number 2 is called subject and object concord. Subject and object concord. Rule number 1 talks about subject and verb concord. Rule number 2 is talking about subject and object concord. In this case, we say when everyone, write it down, when everyone or everybody is used. When everyone or everybody is used in a sentence. Are you with me? In other words, the subject must be singular, not plural. The subject must be what? Singular, not plural. We'll take an example. Subject, object, concord. Rule 2. Subject, object, concord. This is an example here for us. Everybody. Are you following me? Everybody knows his or her name. Everybody knows his or her name. Correction now, you have a correction for that? Does it make a sense to you? From our definition we said, it is a subject and object concord, and we said when everybody or everyone is used in a word, in a sentence, the object must be singular, not plural. The object, are you getting me? The subject must be what? The object must be what? Singular, not plural. Now we say everybody knows. The is and the are here. Are you with me now? They are your what? They are your what? How can they be your subject? They are your object. Are you getting me? Everybody or everyone knows his or her name. They are talking about us in this classroom. Are you getting it? So in a collective name, they use everybody for us, right? Because we are all humans. Are you getting me? But still, in that collective order, we are the subject matter. So we being the subject matter in that collective order, they now decide to make it clear because we are of two gender, male and female. Was why they came and said, is or her name. Are you seeing the splitting there? Am I speaking to somebody's mind? If you are confused, please just tell me. Ask a question before I shoot. Can I shoot? Alright, let's take it down. Rule number 3. Mandative subjunctive concord. Mandative subjunctive concord. Have I touched concord? Are you sure? Mandative subjunctive concord. Now listen up. When you have the mandative or subjunctive, are you getting it now? Subjunctive concord. Now, you see, there are places we use this kind of concord. Are you getting me now? There are places where this rule is applicable. When you go to things like maybe you are making a prayer. Are you getting me? Or you are having an interrogation with somebody. Are you following me? We'll take some example. You see, or you are making a suggestion, or you are making a wish or a resolution. Are we following? We use this kind of concord. Then we'll take it like this. Let's take a sentence. But most of it, let me put it close to you now. The verb that follows must be plural. Okay? When you are making this type of a sentence, the verb that follows must be what? Must be plural. Are we together? It must be what? Plural. Whether be it the subject, whether be it that the subject is what? Singular or plural. But hear me out this evening. Hear me out this evening. That the verb that follows must be what? Remove that hand from my nose. Nobody's feeling here. Okay. Let us take an example. See this. Let's go. Example. It has been, are we following? Suggested that he go not goes away. Right. This one is tough. Look at the sentence. It has been suggested that he go not goes away. He go not goes away. Yes, think. I love you. Talk to me. Be audible. It means it has been what? That you will not go away. It has been suggested. That who should not go away? Is it the subject or the object?
The subject.
The subject. Who? And the subject is the what?
He.
Yeah.
About he.
This, right?
Yes.
Are we there? I love people who are communicating with me this evening. Now go back to your definition there. Where are the verbs? Come on, show me. Where? The go and the... So, somebody talk again to me. You have something to say? You have something? Yes? I know we're just trying to pick out something. Are you with me? The first one is what? Go. There's goes. The first one is what? Which is the what? Is it the verb?
Yes.
The verb. Which one is plural? Which one is singular? The goes. Aha! You said what? What's your notion?
Actually, you can actually use both in place of each other. So they don't. Yes.
You can substitute them.
You can substitute them. So you know, it depends on the sentence you're using.
It depends on the
Sentence you're
sentence.
using it for.
Mhm.
You can say he goes to school. It's still correct.
He goes to school, yes.
And you can also say he goes. No, he goes to school is wrong. But he goes to school is actually singular. While he goes to school is plural.
They said the verb that follows must be what?
Plural.
Must be. So which one is plural? The verb that followed. Come on. Listen to me again. Listen up. The verb that follows must be plural. Sorry. Whether the subject is singular or plural. So the verb that follows must be what? Plural. So which verb follows which one? So this is your plural verb. So the goes is your singular. Do you follow me? Do you follow me? Just. Why would you be confused? In the first one we talked about here, we cleared it here, right? There are rules in English language and you don't just break them like that. If it is applicable here and it has been indicated to be the singular verb, why should it become the plural verb here? That means English is confused. Hello guys. Hello guys. Alright. Take the next one for me. The board has recommended that the manager resign, not resigns. The board have recommended that the manager resign, not resigns. The board. recommend that the manager, Esther, when you just laugh for my back, I be the smile. Okay, what do you have to say about this? The board has recommend that the manager resign, not resigns. Look at the conjunction there, right? Right?
Yeah.
You can see the conjunction there now. Now go. The board has recommended that the manager resign, not resign. What does that explain before we start making analysis? Somebody talk to me. English students.
Sir, should we explain this and go
Yes.
It's trying to say that the board recommended that the manager should resign, not resign. That means the manager should resign now, not resign later.
Not later.
Exactly.
Not that he should resign by next month.
Exactly.
He should just
He should
go.
resign with immediate effect.
Immediate effect. Then let us split it from our analysis. Where is the verb? Where is the verb that follows? They said the verb that follows must be what? Plural. So where is the verb that follows that is plural? And the verb comes immediately after the subject. Remember? The verb that follows that will be plural must come immediately after the what? The subject. And this is the subject. Are we together? And so, between these guys, which is singular, which is plural?
Resign is plural. That's why resign.
God bless you all. I love that. You don't need to be confused about this again. I guess. Let's take the last rule. I have 2 minutes left. There are 24. I will just give you. There's no time on my side. Rule number 4. The principle of proximity. The principle of proximity. Rule number 4. The principle of proximity. The rule states that when there is a list of nouns, put S there, when there is a list of what? Nouns or pronouns at the level of the subject, at the level of the subject, comma, at the level of the subject, comma, it is the nearest noun. This time don't put S. It is the nearest noun or pronoun. It is the nearest noun or pronoun to the position of the verb. To the position of the verb. I said the principle states that when there is a list of nouns or pronouns at the level of the subject, comma, it is the nearest noun or pronoun to the position of the verb that will determine the choice of the verb. Okay now. Hello guys. Example. If James fails his examination, his teachers his parents, his friends, his friends, or John. Friends, or John. Look at, there is a gap. To be blamed. What should be in that gap? What should be there? Is, thank you. His parents, whosoever, after the whole names, is to be what? To be blamed. So since we know that is the correct option to fill in this space, what if I put her? Should I clean the is? Are to be blamed. Why can't we use us? Are. Why can't we say are to be blamed? Because of what?
The nearest noun. Determine the choice of.
The nearest what? Noun. Determine. Good. Right? Or John. They did not say all SS3 students. Are you getting me? At first, everybody was standing, every noun in this sentence stood on their own. It is only one they gave a group one, which is his friend. They gave them a collective noun name. Are you with me? They started with his teachers, collective, right? His parents, papa and mama couples, right? Now we get to his friends. Now they now said, oh, John, who must be a very close friend to who? James. Are you getting me? Who must be a very close friend to James. Now, if you don't blame all of these people, they now said, because if he fails his exam, if they don't blame this, blame that, or they ended up did not blame Mr. Ife. Are you getting me now? I am the last now there. Are you getting me? So they will use a singular word. Pronoun. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? You clear? Like uncle is waiting for you guys. I'll wait in the pursuit. But then, listen up. I did one little thing. I said, note. What makes us consider the only one noun or pronoun used in this sentence is because of the use of the or. Remember, I just said that. Because they now said or. So hello guys. Thank you very much for this evening. For those of you who are yet to have time